That's right, from the 6th of November 2022, Nemesis at Alton Towers, as we all know it, and some love it, will be no more. Welcome back to another news update. It feels like that's all I'm doing these days, but there's been a lot of news in the industry this year. And that continues today as Alton Towers have announced that Nemesis is closing. Yep, that's all they've said. It's closing. They've not said what's happening to it or anything like that. So I'm here to elaborate a little bit. This all started way back last year when rumours started to emerge that Nemesis could be closing for good or could be receiving a full retrack, and I even made a video back in the day stating that I thought that Nemesis might close in the near future, and it's the most popular video on the channel to date. Fast forward to early 2022 and it was noticed that Alton Towers submitted a planning application to completely retrack Nemesis and replace some of the support columns besides the final brake run station and top of the lift hill, which are planned to remain the same. As part of this, the track was set to be filled with sand, which would obviously diminish some of the iconic roar that you can hear around the surrounding area of Forbidden Valley. And yeah, it essentially got everyone talking. Some people weren't happy that the track was planned to be filled with sand. I honestly couldn't care less. But we fast forward a few months and that planning application was indeed approved. There was complete radio silence from Alton Towers themselves, which isn't anything unusual when it comes to these sorts of things. However, enthusiasts could essentially be assured from that point onwards that this retrack was definitely happening throughout potentially the 2023 season in time for a 2024 reopening, which by the way is this ride's 30th anniversary. What I'm trying to get at with all of this is that Nemesis is not closing forever, even though some of us minority enthusiasts who prefer Nemesis Inferno at Thorpe Park, yeah, I did just say that, couldn't care so much if it was to close. This ride is just going to be going over a complete overhaul, which could also include a new soundtrack, some theming changes, so it is exciting stuff despite what I just said. I do think that this coaster is a good one. It's just not the god tier coaster that 95% of enthusiasts make it out to be. I think Nemesis Inferno at Thorpe Park, as much as a lot of you will hate me for this, feels faster, more intense and smoother. Hopefully this retrack refurbishment will restore it to its former glory, and maybe they'll even, you know, add some interlocking corkscrews to spruce things up a bit. I'm sorry, I just had to add that in there. Nemesis Inferno's interlocking corkscrews are just incredible. Apologies, this video is very late. I do have other commitments and this announcement was made while I was undertaking those commitments, so yeah, that wasn't ideal. But if you do want to hear my more in-depth thoughts on Nemesis Inferno at Thorpe Park, click the video on the right side of your screen to go and watch my Thorpe Park vlog from my first ever visit. May Inferno continue to reign superior.